Namaste. Today I wanted to share a strengthening routine. This is for neck pain relief. Neck pain usually is caused by anxiety and stress and worry and tension. And usually when there is neck pain, it sometimes stems from the shoulders a lot too, and the chest. Usually we're very forward and rounded in our shoulders when we're working or driving a car. And we want to think of opening and bringing these shoulders back, because then all that relates to neck tension, and then that pulls on the neck and creates all sorts of havoc. Headaches, migraines, tension, jaw pain, what have you. So with this routine, we're going to be standing up, and you are going to be needing a chair and a set of weights. I'm using 5 pounds, but you are more than welcome to use less or more if you'd like. You're just going to have to judge on how many reps you want to do. If you do not have weights, water bottles are amazing. You can use them for the strengthening, or if you have handles on them, you can use it like that. If you do not have water bottles, you can use a resistance band. If you do not have a resistance band, then don't even worry about it. Just use your own strength. Just make fists, and then when we do the workout, just use your own resistance, and then just double what we do. So if we do 5 reps, do 10, and so on. So with that being said, let's get started. So our first move is called the shoulder shrug and circle. So you're going to have the weights right there by your sides. And very important here first, before I start, actually, I wanted to share how you want your stance. You always want to be able to have your belly button pulled in towards the spine and your rib cage knitted together towards the midline. It's very important. Think of a corset. You're zipping that up. And you want to keep the shoulders back and down. You want to think of the shoulder, the point of the shoulder blades coming together towards the spine and then down towards your hips. And that's the proper alignment and stance that you want at all times when we do this, so you don't hurt yourself. And you always want to keep that belly button pulled in, the core nice and engaged when we do this. So with that being said, so the first stretch or strengthening is neck rolls and neck shrugs. So you're going to have the arms down to your sides. Your shoulders are pulled up to the ears, back, and then down. Think of those tips of your shoulder blades trying to touch together. Think of an imaginary pencil in between your shoulder blades, and you're trying to hold that imaginary pencil between your shoulder blades. And then your belly button's pulled in, zip up your corset, and then you're just going to have the weights there by your sides, and you're just going to shrug your shoulders up to your ears. Maybe squeeze before you let them down. And then we're just going to do 10 of these. You can obviously do more or less depending on your strength, your flexibility, and also, how sore you are, or if you want a little bit more of this. You want to make sure that you're breathing. You want to make sure that you're rooted into the ground, all 4 sides, all 4 corners of your feet down into the floor. And the jaw is nice and relaxed too as you do this, softening. You want to work with the breath. So each inhale, you pull the shoulders up to the ears. Each exhale, you pull them down. You can play around with it. You can squeeze it and then just kind of shake it out. Squeeze it up to the ears, shake it out. Or you can just squeeze and then lower them like an elevator. You can go up a couple floors and then down a couple floors. Lots of creative things. Use your imagination, use your creativity here when you do this. Intuition is great here. And then when you're done with that, we're going to do circles. So you're going to roll the shoulders forward and back. And then you're just going to do 10 reps of these as well. Maybe you want to squeeze up to the ears before you drop them back. Make sure the jaw, the face, the cheeks are relaxed, and make sure the chin is slightly tucked in so your neck is an extension of your spine. So you want to make sure that that's in line with your spine, your neck. And then after you do 10 rounds of that, you want to circle up, forward now. So you're coming back to front. And again, if you want to hold in any position, maybe up to the ears or squeeze them down, go for it. Again, keep that nice straight spine, that belly button, that core is nice and engaged, zipping up your corset. And think of holding that imaginary pencil in between your shoulder blades. Perfect. All right, great. Now you can shake it out. Maybe you like to drop the weights, shake it out a little bit, maybe move the shoulders up and down, circle it out. And then we'll pick up the weights again. And this time we're going to do some more chest and deltoids strengthening. So you want to keep the weights right in front of you, right down at your hips. You want to make sure the shoulders are pulled back and down. Your corset is nice and zipped up. All four corners of your feet are rooted down into the ground. And then all you're going to do is just pick up those weights, bend those elbows, and bring them all the way up to your chest. And then drop them back down to your hips. And then you're going to do 10 of these as well, or more or less, depending on how strong, well, how challenging this is for you. And again, your jaw, your face, your cheeks are nice, relaxed. We're using your breath to move you. Each inhale, you're coming up. Each exhale, you're coming down. Or you can try reversing that. Each inhale, you come down. Each exhale, you pull up. See what works best for you. You can go slow, or you can pick up the speed a little bit. But again, you kind of want to make sure you're using your own resistance here, whether you're using the weights or not. Nice. And after 10 reps of that, you can go ahead and place the weights down, shake it out again, and then we're going to use the chair this time. This is our third and last strengthening. You're just going to do one weight with you. You're going to, I'm going to start with my right side first. So I'm going to put the right foot front, left foot back. I'm going to hold on to the chair, the armrest, or on top of the chair with my left hand. And my right hand is going to be with the weight all the way down towards my knee. I'm going to make sure I have a nice flat spine. My core again is nice and engaged. My corset is zipped up. My chin is slightly tucked. It's a nice extension to the spine. And then again, thinking of that imaginary pencil between your shoulder blades you're trying to hold on to. And then as you inhale, you're just going to lift some weight up to your chest and then drop it back down. So you're bending at the elbow, just picking up that weight, and then bringing it back down. Nice and smooth, just like that. Core is very important here to have it nice and strong and tight. And this is getting your deltoids as well, and a lot of the muscles that make up the shoulder. The triceps are involved too, along with the biceps. Very easy does it. And then you're doing 10 reps again with this. Or again, more or less, depending on what you want and what you're feeling like. And then you're going to switch to the other side. If you want to take a break and kind of just wiggle it out, go for it. And then we'll switch the weight to the other side. This time the left foot comes forward, right foot comes back, and you're just going maybe about a foot in back of you with that back foot. Hold onto the chair. Remember again, think of the core nice and engaged. You're standing up nice and tall, nice flat back, and you're thinking of squeezing that imaginary pencil between your shoulder blades. And then lifting the weight up. I'm going to go to this side so you guys can see. Just going to lift the weight up, and then nice and easy. Easy does it. And that's why the weight doesn't really matter. If you don't have weights, it's not a big deal. It's more about the alignment and the actual work you're doing with the shoulder and the arm. So if you just use no weight and you have your fist squeezed, just use your resistance. Like your elbow and your arm is swimming through honey or molasses. And you're just working nice and slowly. And of course, do a little bit more reps than what we do. And then after you're done with that, go ahead, shake it up. And then just notice how you feel. Maybe you're feeling you can stand up a little bit taller. Maybe you feel a little bit more open in your chest and your shoulders. Maybe your neck pain is gone. I hope so. Until we see each other again, thank you and namaste.